Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Helldivers 2 video. Today we have very good news indeed, because we managed to defend 5 planets from the automatons. More, Ingmar, Poplar 9, Mantes and Dropnir were all defended, so we're all wrapped up on that front. We have a message here saying, the automatons have been rebuffed, the territory so many sacrificed, the Liberate remains safe in the hands of freedom. The heroes buried at Malevolent Creek will continue to rest in peace. Meanwhile, efforts to dismantle or repurpose old automatons factories have been redoubled. For now, the automatons will spread no further in this region. However, the automaton threat is nullified for now, but now we turn our attention back to the Terminids. We have a briefing here that says the Terminid hunger to infest and consume new worlds is as endless as their tyranny. Following our recent expulsion operation in the Marin and Draco sectors, the Terminids have now spread to the Falstaff and Jin Z sectors. These regions have long been allocated by the Ministry of Expansion for long-term colonization. This greedy annexation will not be tolerated. Only sparse colonial outposts exist on these planets. The Terminids have historically spread towards planets with much higher democratic activity, likely an instinctive threat response. While this new behavior could theoretically be linked to the recent nuclear-aided nursery annihilation actions, our top behavioral analysts agree that a simple random mutation is the most likely explanation. It is imperative to maintain our focus on preventing the expansion of the Terminids. If they are allowed to spread to these worlds, there will be no end to their rampant infestation. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a particular line in there that I want to bring your attention to. It's the focus on much higher democratic activity planets. And they're saying that, ooh, it could be the nuclear-aided nursery annihilation, actions that we've performed. Oh, but it's not that, guys. Don't worry. That's tyranny. That's propaganda. Don't listen to that. What do you mean, don't listen to that? Because that idea didn't even cross my mind until it was mentioned. So could this new Terminid attack be our fault for basically radiating Terminids to the point where they're mutating? Now, we've already had quite a few days to go over this major order and sort of make an effort to take these planets and defend them and everything else. Currently, as of recording this video, 3 days and 6 hours left, and we must have under our control by the end of this major order the planets Urson Sands, Boar Rock, Pandion 24, Fact Bay, and Agamar 4. Also, just pointing out, because, supply lines, and I love supply lines, look how satisfying this is. Look at that line of planets that we've just defended and managed to keep under our control for the major order. I like that a lot. Obviously, people still fighting here to some degree. The new jungle biome, everyone's still loving it, I'm sure, but it appears we lost it recently and are having to retake it again. Either that or I missed it, where a lot of people jumped off that planet, and then, the way the passive liberation scores work is that they deteriorate over time because not a lot of Helldivers are fighting there. So I might have missed that we actually just turned our attention to the major order, totally forgot about the jungle planet, and now it's deteriorated. Either that or we took it and we lost it. Let me know in the comments down below which one it is, because I actually missed that for this planet. Crimsica is currently under attack as of recording this video, but by the time it comes out, it should be done. However, it's not looking good. It's looking like we might actually lose Crimsica here. And again, the attack is coming from Fori Prime, because we can see the attack origin on the supply line here. Although I will say, one of the planets that the major order wants us to take is quite a ways out. We have to go through Nouvelle 43, Esker, and then to Urson Sands. And with 3 days left, we basically have to take 3 planets. And the reason I mentioned Nouvelle 43 is because we just want to be able to shore up that if we take Esker, we don't want an attack to come from Nouvelle 43 whilst we're fighting on Urson Sands, which then cuts us off. But with 3 days, do we have enough time to take Nouvelle and Esker at the same time to make sure our attack on Urson Sands isn't interrupted? I'm not really sure. So a lot of people you can see are focusing on Esker right now. As of recording this video, there's 16,000 people on this planet trying to take it so we can make our way to Urson Sands. So we'll see how that ends up. If we do end up taking Esker, I'll be interested to see if the Terminids decide to attack from Nouvelle, because if that does happen, then we have to defend Esker whilst also fighting to take Urson Sands, which is not an ideal situation. And if we had more time, I would advise taking Nouvelle 43 before taking Esker, but 3 days to take 3 planets is not a lot of time. Maybe back in the day when we had 400,000 people playing at once, sure, but not with this current player count. Something else I want to bring your attention to is the new newsletter that we're getting from Arrowhead Studios, which is the Arrowhead Insider Reports from the front line. It's got things like the War Report, which is kind of like what I do with these videos, basically going over events that have happened, giving an update on the war, how it's going, key events that we should be focusing on, that kind of thing. We've got the War Table, which is picking out favorite moments from the Galactic War. They've discussed the 2 billion bots major order we did, Valyria 5 and Angel's Venture, which was to do with when we managed to get the exo also 49 Emancipator Exosuit, which was pretty good. And then obviously the big one, which was the Meridia Super Colony, which is still one of my favorite things to happen in this game. I found that so cool. The theories that have come out of that are insane. You've obviously seen me put my tinfoil hat on and talk about the black hole, talk about what we're doing on the Super Colony, whether there was going to be a Hive Lord Terminid enemy type, which didn't end up being the case, unfortunately, but still could be a thing. We're seeing mutations happening again on the Terminid front, and it's probably, again, our fault. But a really interesting section of this is the research and development section, where they're talking about changes that they want to make, recent changes that they have made, and sort of discussing it a bit more, going more in depth. They talk about the recent swamp biome. I've been calling it a jungle biome. That's my bad. And then they obviously talk about the supply lines and the attack origins, things that I absolutely love in the game right now. Actually makes making these videos a lot easier to do, because I can sort of tell you guys, hey, this links to that. You should attack here, attack there. Like I was just talking about Novel 43 and Esker. So yeah, this newsletter is very interesting. They just go more in depth into, you know, various events in game and future updates and updates they've just done. So really cool to see more transparency from Arrowhead. This is something you really want to see from a live service game studio, is this level of transparency, because it just makes it more fun to play the game and also motivates you to keep playing it, because the thing with live service games is you never know when the next update's going to be. A lot of studios don't have this level of transparency. So you could be playing the game and have a problem with it, and you have no idea if that problem's going to get fixed anytime soon. You could be bored of the current content and you have no idea when the new content's coming. Whereas this kind of transparency from Arrowhead and a newsletter like this is really useful to keep the community engaged in the long term and to get us excited for things to come, changes that have been made that we can sort of read up on why they did it. And they're completely open to feedback. They want to hear from us all the time. They encourage us giving feedback to them. We've seen how it's been done in the past with these guys. When we've given feedback, they've listened. We saw that with the most recent balance patch that happened. A lot of great things in that balance patch that just made the game so much more fun again. So I'm really keen to see what Arrowhead do from here. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the new major order. Do you think we'll be able to succeed? Do you not? What do you think of the new newsletter as well? Are you going to be reading up on it regularly, or are you just going to, you know, wait for content creators like me to give you the information? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Helldivers 2 content. Become a member today. You'll get early access to videos and live streams. And thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!